Well, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How's everybody doing? I saw Tommy's here. Justin, how you doing, brother? And Daryl, good morning, or good afternoon, or good evening in Tommy's case. I don't know where are you at, Justin? My mind's gone. Anyway, let's see. Let me take, all I have today is a little bit of Coke. Put out a video this morning. Had fun doing it. The exercise, U-Bahn. Oh, okay, close. A stone's throw. Actually, the oldest daughter drove my mother-in-law to U-Bahn for the, I say to honor the dead, but I think that's basically what it is. And they went yesterday, and now I guess they'll go this morning to the temple, and then they'll come back. So they're actually in U-Bahn right now. But anyway, had fun doing the video. Actually got me into it. I rode about 12 miles on pedal assist 3, but I only pedaled about maybe half the time. But it made me, it actually gave me a little boost of energy to actually move around. I noticed it in my legs and ankles, and just movement, I guess, helped. But I had fun. So I'm going to try to do it every day. I didn't, as I explained in the video, the oldest has the car. My wife, I mean, the truck is the same as the frickin' car, as far as driving wise, but my wife doesn't feel like she knows how to drive my truck. So she was worried that if I wasn't going to go far, I was just going to go to the reservoir that I always go to, that you guys see all the time, and just kind of ride around there and check the battery and see how long the battery, especially pulling the trailer, which I was very happy with the way that the trailer pulled too. Hey Craig, how you doing? Papaya salad, how you doing? Rob Little. Hey Rob. And get a little bit of exercise. And like I said, the thing that I like about it the most is walking would be great and fantastic, except if I got out of breath and stuff and I was, 10 blocks away from the house, I'd be screwed. Not really screwed. I guess I could call my wife too and just say, come get me. But the good thing on the e-bike is I'm just pedaling and, I'm a little bit out of breath. Okay, I stop. Doesn't mean I stop moving. I still got throttle. I got to figure out how the cruise control works today, because that twist throttle is a pain in the ass. What else? And I got to put if you guys got a chance to watch the video, I got the Cloud9 seat, and I just got that suspension deal came in yesterday. But I didn't have a chance to put them together or put it on the bike. So I've got to do that and then get the seat adjusted, and I'll probably just take the bike out today. They'll be back this afternoon if it doesn't rain. It's supposed to rain on and off all day. Hey Nanette, how you doing? Good to hear from you. Okay, take her out to the big parking area or the fields and have her drive. Maybe drop a couple of cones for what? For me to ride? Yeah, the seat that I have on it was pretty comfortable. I readjusted it. I bought that adjustable neck. I still want to bring the bars up higher. I bought there was one that were like 100, 110, and 120 centimeters or millimeters or whatever, and long. And then they also pivot, obviously. And I bought the middle one. I should have bought the 120. Not that it's that big a deal. I think they were 500 baht or something. So I want to do that and get it adjusted, because I'm still sitting quite a bit forward for me. Anyway, so but I mean, it was a lot more comfortable. I'm gonna have to take that little bag that I put on and take that off. But it should be a lot. I like the suspension. Like I said, I was really happy with I didn't go that far. Like I said, I went 10 miles or whatever I said. I went 12 miles, I think. But the suspension's good. The trailer, you don't even really realize it's there. When I hit a couple of potholes, you hear it jumping around a little bit. And then I think I'm going to make a little box for the hard ice chest that way I can get all the stuff out of there. I'm not going to bring that little deal with the eating utensils and shit in it. I think that's a waste of space. Like I said, the most thing that I'm going to probably do is if I get to a place and I'm throwing it out and I'm catching fish or something, I'm going to be there for a little while. I got the little table I can put up. I got a little burner. Throw it on if I want a cup of coffee, if I want mama noodles, or if I want just a soup or something. I can do it right there. And the ice chest, I'd rather have that hard one there. I could fit 2 or 3 bottles of water, a couple of Cokes, and maybe an apple or, a couple pieces of fruit. I feel a lot better. I know I've lost weight. I don't know exactly how much. I'm going to weigh myself probably today. I got to find the scale because I want to weigh that deal. That the trailer says it'll take 88 pounds. I'm guessing that box and everything that I got in there is about 50, but I could be way off. But I think it would be awesome. And then I think what I'm going to do on the surf rods is I'm going to get a couple of those plastic. I have them here somewhere. I have to look. Rod holder deals, and mount them on the trailer so that they're easily taken off, because that trailer, the wheels just pop off and you take a couple of the pins out, and the thing folds flat and the 2 wheels go on it. So I want to make them so that they either can still fold flat or, maybe on wing nut or something, because it'll take up less space. If I'm going somewhere, if I have the trailer, I can just stick this little trailer in the back of the truck, and with it in the folded down position, it would probably be easier. So we'll have to see. Hey, Daniel, how you doing? Did I miss anything? For your wife to be confident. Yeah, I know. I am going to do that because it's just stupid. I mean, she could drive it, no problem. But I think it's the size of it. That's what scares her. It's big. She was borderline on. See, I wanted to originally get a SUV that could fit 7. That was my cut. I said, I don't care about, but then I realized it's for her. She doesn't feel comfortable. That's a little bit too big for her to drive to work every day. And I'm glad we got the electric hot rod. It's been an awesome little car, and it's going to be, till well after I'm gone. But when we go places, we have to stick 6 people in my truck, which they don't complain. I mean, they don't ever say anything. But that was what I wanted. But the ones we looked at, it's a little too big, and the kicks is just perfect, actually. Yeah, that makes sense. And we have a area, like if you watch the video at all, inside the university there's hardly any traffic. But there's another place over by the government center across the street from it that's wide open. That's where I taught the girls how to drive. But it was very yeah, I got to do that. You're absolutely right, Greg. Let's see, what did Papaya Salad have to say? Dave, just one burnout for us on YouTube would be legendary. Yeah, you know what it is with that. Hi, Daniel. I know I said hello. Hey, Cobus, how you doing? Yeah, I got to move them up a little bit more. If I have to buy the other one, I'll buy the other one. Like I said, it isn't really that much. Hey, Mitch, how you doing? But I really, really like the e-bike. It's really cool. It's what I think, like I said, what I like about it the most is I can exercise or not. I just don't want to get stuck. So, especially, me, well, it's not that big a deal. My wife, I got to get her in the truck. Sim drives the truck all the time. So when she's here, which she's here most of the time, I don't have a problem. She'll just come get me and, I'll be fine. But I just got to keep pushing, more and more and more to get healthier. But like I said, I feel better. And if I had to guess, I bet you I lost 3 or 4 kilo. And all I've done is it's been probably 7-10 days, and just scrambled eggs. I made in fact last night I had to remake the refried beans, and that's easy. I don't use any salt. I use a lot of garlic and Thai chili. Get it with spices, and I can keep the way I like to do that, because if I buy the stuff in the can, it's loaded full of sodium. So this way, I make the whole thing. I make a pound of it. It'll last me 10 days. A pound. I just put 1 spoon on a whole wheat tortilla. I make damn near a kilo of chicken with just with Mexican spices, and again spicy, and then inside a couple of slices of avocado if I have any ripe avocado, and I made the Taco Bell sauce, man. It freaking turned out really good, really good. And again, I'm in control of the spice level. I'm in control of the sodium. I'm in control of everything. So that's one. And then I bought some little tortillas, but corn tortillas, which are okay in moderation. But I'm going to fry my own, because to get the ones, 4 of them was 159 baht. And I think plus shipping. So it was almost 200 baht for 4 tortillas. So what is that? $6? That's over $1 each for a 6-inch already fried tortilla. So I just ordered some on Lazada today. I get 12 of them for 99 baht, and shipping's like 30. So 130 baht, I get 12 of them. And I only eat one for a meal. And I bought this 6-grain multi-seed bread that I really like from Macro. And I'll make half a sandwich for a meal. I know it's carbohydrates, but I'm not going to sit there and not go anything. And I don't use this watch as I only use it as a gauge for my, where are we at? This is that sugar level. It'll pop up here in a minute. I ate breakfast, so it'll probably come up. But I gauge it that it does work as far as, there it goes with, what does it say? 90. And a straight line across this morning, because I only ate scrambled eggs. But if I was to eat something like a banana even, or something like that, it would spike up to 120 or something, and then, mellow out. So I know it works. They say it's not a medical device, and I didn't buy it as a medical device, but it gives me my steps, gives me my heart rate. It does an ECG thing on whatever, sleeping. I really dig it. If Andrew pops in, Andrew ordered it. He should have it by now. 1,400 baht, and it's awesome. And I have everything turned on: the nighttime, the heart monitoring, the what else does it have? Let me see here. It has the steps, like I said. It has my temperature, PPG, and ECG, and heart rate, blood glucose, blood pressure, blood oxygen, blood components, which is uric acid, stuff like that, and then body thing, your body fat and all that. Now, I don't know if that shit's right either. But on the blood pressure, I think it's close. It's like 120 over 90. And when I go in, it's usually 10 higher than that when I went into to the doctor. And he's so into it when I showed it to him, and he's excited that I'm excited about wanting to get healthy. So he wants me to live. Another one that wants me to live forever. But, he said, okay, in 3 months, because I asked him, because it also gives me in that one, I'll bring it up real quick because it's cool. I really, on the blood composition, says keep it's uric acid, and it gives you your cholesterol and triglycerides and something else. But what I like about it again is it gives me, I want to see, like it says 166 total cholesterol, triglycerides 145, high density lipoproteins or something 43, and low density 80. I don't know what those mean, but when I told him that, I said, "Oh, on my blood test, because I get a blood test every time I go in." And he said, "No, I didn't do it." But he goes, okay, so next time, make sure you wear your watch. And I said, I wear it every day now. And he said, I'll do the full blood thing. And I said, okay, cool. So he'll do it so I can check it against it. But like I said, with the blood pressure, even if the blood pressure's off, it's got to be consistent. So this thing is showing it consistent. So even if it's wrong, even if it says 120 over 80 over 90, and it's 130 over 95, it, as long as it's consistent, I know that my blood pressure is staying and not going crazy because it tests it all the time on its own. But it's very cool. I don't know if Andy, hey Andy, how you doing? Wrong Andy, but the other Andy, Andrew. How you doing, Andy? Let's see. Are we saying hi to Mitch? We created a little channel. Please don't stop. I don't think he's going to stop. I think he's having a good time with it. Okay, I've caught him. No one else has said morning. Okay, cool. So kind of excited about that. And like I said, for 1,400 baht, what is that? I don't even know, 30, 45 bucks? Under $50. Because I just couldn't see getting a Apple. You know, I got one for my wife a couple of years ago, and she loves it, and that's cool, but it was expensive, you know, and I just can't see doing that. But I was really happy, and somebody said, how'd you find, you know, believe it or not, it pops up on Facebook, and I was looking for this same little man in the middle with the deal you can see on there, and then I just started looking on Lazada, found one, started looking on YouTube, you know, is this a good one? Is this a good one? And see what people said about it, and bought it. And like I said, I've had it maybe, I don't know, maybe 3 weeks or something now. We'll see. But I'm happy with the way it is. I do have to weigh myself once a week, and I'm supposed to weigh myself every day. And the reason for that is retaining water. So if I see a 1.5, 2 pound gain in weight overnight, then I know something's wrong. But I can tell, man. I can feel it. Because even he asked me, he said, I said, sometimes I get out of breath, and it's almost like I just ran a marathon walking from the frickin' bedroom to the bathroom. And other times I walk over to the garage and I barely, get it. So it's just from being fat bastard, out of, eating the wrong crap, not taking care of myself. It all comes down to me. So I'm going to make the change because, I don't know, I want to hang out for a while, I guess. And I'd like to be able to enjoy myself and, not go. The pain in my knees is going to be there forever. If I lose the 20, 25 kilo, 30 kilo that I want to, I told him 10 kilo by the time I come back in 3 months. If I get way down, then I'll see into it. I also want to check into this stem cell crap that they're showing on Facebook, every other deal. I guess it's AI or whatever, once they see that, oh, he's interested in this, let's bombard his freaking deal with watches or with whatever the hell they want. So they're pretty good with that. But the e-bike, I think, is going to help. Once I get, which I feel more energy already, and like I said, it's only been 10 days, I think, since I've been started doing stuff. And I haven't even, a little bit of exercise, almost nothing. So as I get more, I'm doing a live stream.
Oh, okay.
All right. She's in the house. What was I saying? As I get more, I can feel I'm getting more energy. So I still want to try the blue shit. I've got it. I'm going to go about one more week. Once I feel stable and stuff, I'm going to start trying using it. Is it Father's Day in Australia? Happy Father's Day to us Aussies. Cool. Have a good day, Andrew. Andy. I call Andrew. That way I won't get anybody confused. I can, if you want to, Justin, what I did was I just sent, because I'm friends with with Andy, with Andrew on, I think on Messenger and deal. So if we come and we can, I can just send it to you because there's so many on Lasada. I mean, even just the name, you'll probably never find it. And this one, if I send you the link, then I know that that's the right one. And hopefully, Andrew will pop in today and tell us we got it. Yeah, and like I said, for the price, Mitch, it's like for $40, 14 whatever 1400 baht is. Uh, it's I think it's great, and it gives steps and all this other stuff. And like I said, I've got everything turned on, and I maybe have to charge it once a week. If I shut shit off, it would probably go a month. You're naked. Are you back home? You're back home now, right? You didn't go to Tatpadone, did you? I know Chuck had to just be absolutely jonesing to get back out and golf. I'm surprised he didn't try to ditch Paige in Udon and sneak. I'm gonna go check out. I'll be back and go hit some golf ball. He's into it big time. I know he had to be jonesing because as soon as he got back and watching some of the members only and stuff like that, I think he went out and hit golf balls before he even went to sleep when he got back. But hopefully, it's an addictive. Do you like to golf? Have you ever golfed, Mitch? I did. I was never really great at it, but and I think Chuck's like me. You want to be good at something if you're going to do it. And I hadn't golfed in 20 something years, and I went out with Andrew 6 months ago, and had a good day. Just taking the cart, and I was overwhelmed getting out of the cart and walking to hit the ball. But it would have been something I'm going to include in my recovery to health deal eventually. But it's addictive, man. You want to get better and you want to get better. And everybody, especially my friends, they didn't want anything to do with golf or anything. And what the hell you watch? I said, you know what? Go try it once. Because they said, how could you watch golf? And I said, because I'm in total freaking amazement, man. Go out there and try to hit that little ball and do what these guys are doing. It's unbelievable to watch them, And that's when like Tiger was at his prime 20 years ago or whatever. And it was fun. I used to watch it quite a bit, actually. I don't watch it that much anymore. Must feel good to be back home, I bet, eventually. You like the 19th hole? I think everybody likes the 19th hole. I had a lot of fun with my cousin Joe, who the one that had the Lou Gehrts, when we had the bar together and stuff like that. We went out and we were golfing three days a week and going out. We were living the life. I sucked, but it's like fun, right? As long as you're not with somebody that's, gonna try to give you shit. That's what I'll tell you one quick story about a semi-sport. My wife, that I knew in high school and stuff that I married. I was only married for 9 months. But she worked at the bowling alley that my aunt had 3 bowling alleys. She had 3 of the restaurants. She didn't own the bowling alley. She only rented or subleased or whatever the restaurant. And I worked with my mom in one, and then she got my ex-wife got one in there, and she made friends with a bunch of idiots in there, and she was really good. She I think her average was like 190 or something. She was really a good bowler, and I was shit, right? So she begged me, and I was working HVAC. It's kind of hard to be in a league when, you've got to, you're working until 8, 9 o'clock at night, and the league starts at 9 or something, But she bugged me and bugged me and bugged me. It was before we got married, I think. And I went in there, and I'd met this guy before. He worked in the back fixing the machines, and a couple other people that worked there. Had 3 of them and me. They got stuck with me because they were all really good bowlers. And so I went there the first night, and I got there, busted my ass all day, of course, up at 6 o'clock. I was still working, on the when I got there, damn near, and exhausted, and throwing it out there, and I missed the spare, and I hear this, oh shit, and I'm thinking to myself, oh, okay, he's very excited about this bowling shit, and he did it again. So I pulled my wife aside. I said, I know that he's your friend, but if you don't tell him to shut the f up, I'm going to beat him right here in his place of business and embarrass the living crap out of him. And she ended up going over, and I ended up quitting that night anyway. I said, you know what, you guys, I suck, and I understand that, but you're an idiot. You're lucky you're still upright, and I'm going to call this a done deal. And I left. But people could get really intense about stuff. Even the people that are doing it, you're golfing, you want to get better, but I never got upset. It was like I'm still out in the middle doing what I want to do, especially in the States. We used to always try to get an early tee time and that dew and fog across the deal and birds. It was just awesome. And I go out there, I didn't care, So I put it over there. I'll hit it from over there. I'll hit it from over there. Don't matter. But you can get hooked up with some people that are idiots. Hey, Maui, how you doing? You want to be a Walmart greeter? Let's see. Some people restaurants and condos. When are you coming back, Maui? I know you've told me. I think I'm going. I got to watch myself. You know what else I said? I just heard too. Having the sleep apnea that I have, like the worst case ever. People creeping up on 70 have more of a higher risk of getting Alzheimer's, and I guess that's because you're taxing your body, depriving your brain of oxygen and shit. So, but it's really weird. I can't say that it went away because I don't really know. According to the watch, it doesn't show it as me stopping breathing. I haven't woke up like I have in the past where, sometimes, I'd scare the living shit out of this one. You didn't breathe for like 2 minutes or something, or a minute, because she'd panic at a minute and wake me up, and probably saved my life a couple times. So I'm going to try to, in the past, the more I got down to a desired stable weight, the less I did it anyway. So, hey, Ralph, how you doing? And I have to watch Maui now that I asked him when he's coming again. Because are you planning on a trip to Surin when you get back, and then possibly do like we did last time and pop over to Ko Chang for 2 or 3 days and maybe over to whatever? Let me know, because I'm definitely interested in. I got to get out and ride, man. I'd pay to see Dave, Mitch, and caddies. Yeah, it would probably be a bunch of fun. Oh, cool. Yeah, definitely let me know if you're gonna set up something. I'm game. I don't know if Andrew would be game. I think he would, because he'd probably just schedule a trip to Pattaya. I don't know if he'd do it on his new bike. I don't know how confident he feels on riding Quan on that, but and I don't know if Bobby and Jai will be here, but you want to go and then over? Yeah, that now, Koi, you can you take a vehicle there or not? I know that one of those islands you can't take a vehicle. Hey, good morning, brother. Hope you're well. But I'm definitely game. Either way, I guess you just leave the bike somewhere or something. But yeah, definitely let me know. But I know one of those islands. I don't know if it's Hood Island. You can take a vehicle over there or not. Tommy's saying hi to Aaron. Yeah, I don't think so. But that's not a big deal either. I'd be game for doing that and then just leaving the bike somewhere. I'm not that attached to my Honda. If it goes bye-bye, I'll just buy another one. So, my uncle was on a club throwing, club breaking, crazy manly golf. Too intense for me. Yeah, I played mostly back in the day with my cousin Joe, and we were both just hungover from the night before. We were pretty mellow back then. Yeah, no, we were mellow because we were hungover. We had a fun time. I'll have to talk about it sometime. But when we owned that bar, we had a ball. But it was not good. 5 hours, and they messed up on the fifth. 4 out of the 16. It was not fun. Have to go back. I was hoping to hear. I didn't want to hear any horror stories because I'm gonna have them done. Like I said, I know I'm gonna need a few. I'm guessing 2, 4, 6, about 8 would probably be okay. But I don't know how they're gonna get these other ones out. They're down to nothing. I just have gotten through the pain of the nerve, letting the nerve die, and then just let it slowly break away. Stupid. But I definitely want to go Maui, so let me know. And when are you coming back? October? I can't remember. I'm waiting for that. I'm still looking. Boy, it sure makes a difference now. The oldest daughter, my mother-in-law, and my father-in-law left yesterday morning, and me, I'm always on this app. Got to be on the solar. So it's during the day, man. I didn't realize that my mother-in-law cooks rice like 3 times a day for the dogs and shit. And that rice cooker, I think, pulls 1,200 watts. So I look at it and it's like 4,000 watts in the afternoon. And there's one air conditioner on, and I'm always going, "What the shit?" Well, it doesn't matter. And it still doesn't matter. It is what it is. But like right now in the house, it's 818 watts in the house because I'm not in there. My wife's in there. She's got the air conditioner in the bedroom shut off. Right now it's overcast real big time, 1,300. So we're not getting anything from the grid. So it'll be good. But I am really, and I'm completely satisfied with this system. And I know that I'm going to get, when we hit in October, November, when we get those days with just sun's just blazing and the battery's full at nighttime, we're going to get bills that are damn near 500, shit like that. The way that I figured it out and the way that it looks now, because it's got a way on this program to look at each day and how much I used for a 30-day period, somewhere around 25 to 3,000 baht with it. This overcast and rainy and I'm happy with that. Now Ubon, I can't really. Sims there said they had 2 or 3 air conditioners on and everything seemed to be working. So if that's the case and she's not seeing lights dimming and shit, it's doing something. But she said it was raining there. But I said the batteries could have been full if no one's there using it. The 2 days sunny that it was, 2-3 days ago, could have charged the batteries. So I think I'm going to be happy with everything. And like I said, when I move these panels from here over onto get them out, but they don't have any shading and stuff on them. I might even get during the rainy season, get it down to 1,500, when I get more wattage out of the panels, because I've got 20 panels over there. So. Third week of October. Okay, good. I'm glad I looked up there. I would have forgotten and asked you again. Okay, good. Yeah, so I don't know if you the same thing, do a Thanksgiving over that way, or what are you thinking? Or when are you going to be coming to, I imagine she wants to see her family, so I'm just guessing. Let me know for sure. But if you want to do that again around Thanksgiving, I'm game for that. Even I don't know. Last time, what did we go? 3 or 4 days to Koh Chang, and then I was only in Pattaya for Thanksgiving, and then I came back the next day. But I'm game for, even because if you want to put in 2 or 3 more days on another island out there and make it 7, 8 days, 9, I'm game. And whoever else on it. I don't know if Andrew would do it or not. Like I said, I don't know if he feels confident enough to take the motorcycle, but I think he'd still come in the car. Yeah, I think you're right. We had great weather. For me, it was great. I got to wear a hoodie. I was excited. Hey, Ron, how you doing, brother? Hope you're well. Yeah. So the day I'll probably put that new seat on there and that seat post. Get that one bag under the seat off, and I did buy a bigger bag to go on the front instead of a basket. That'll hold a lot of stuff. I have the back bag, but I don't think I can lift my foot over it. So I'm kind of screwed. If I would have saw that one deal, in fact, I ought to do a video on, hey, if you're an old bastard and shit, make sure you get the step through bike. I might be able to actually lift my foot. I guess the better I get in shape, the more as I stretch and shit, I probably do be able to do it better. But enjoy the hell out of the bike. Like I said, if it wasn't, I wouldn't buy anything else. And if it was a mid-drive, it'd have to be a powerful one. Because like I said, this thing, a couple of people that I've seen on there are 300 pounds, with the dual motor. There was grades and stuff. I'm going, oh, this guy's going to stop and kick both motors in and just right up it. And I'm talking not just crawling up 18, 20 miles an hour up a grade, so we'll see, but I'm enjoying it. So we'll see how I do want to take a trip on it. Like probably towards Tat Phnom would probably be a deal because it's going to take me 2 days to get there. I got to see how long the batteries are going to last. But I decided I'm not going to screw with that 100 watt. It's not going to do anything. It's going to trickle charge my, and then I got to carry that heavy, my battery deal. So if the 2 batteries will get me, even on pedal assist 3, if I only pedal just a little bit, if it can get me 75, 80 miles, both batteries, that's plenty. I'm not going to sit on my ass longer than that anyway. So we'll see. And then I'll have the trailer, and I'm going to stay in hotels. It'll be fun doing that, going fishing the reservoirs. I'll probably try that for a day, once I get that trailer set up and have everything in there. I'll probably go over to the one here in Surin that I was at before and go into that lady's deal, pay her for an overnight, and just spent the day throwing out there and trying to catch some fish. Because like I say, I'm not doing it to camp in because I've been there. I tried that. To me, to get on my freaking knees and stuff, unless I get those, I know they have those knee saver things. I know Mitch had them. I had them when I was in the States. That might help, but trying to put something up, unless I get in really good shape, then I might do it. But it wouldn't take anything to do it. I'd throw a little tent in the trailer and a blow-up mattress and a pillow, and I'm pretty much set up. I've got everything to cook. So it would be very easy to roll into that. But it's not my objective right now. Is just if I want to travel someplace, hit a couple of places, but I'm going to be staying in whatever hotel, like a 500 baht, 700 baht Thai style little deal. As long as it's got air conditioning, I'm fine. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Did I miss anything? If I missed anything, guys, put it back up. Looks like you guys are talking to one another, so you're in good shape. But like I said, I do dig it. But for even if you're 200 pounds or whatever, man, I look at the one guy that I watch. I forget his name. He's got a big following, and he does every new e-bike that comes out. He tests it, and he's got one deal in his driveway in his condo or whatever, and that's his first test coming out of his condo. He puts it together in his condo, and then that's the first test. And if it has dual motors, he'll try it with just the front, just the rear, and then both. And it's just amazing to see. And they're 750 watt motors with 95 Newton, whatever the hell it is. So they're powerful motors. And you get them on there, and it'll go up to the top. And then, boy, you kick in those two motors, and it's, it just hauls ass. So I got to figure it out. I didn't put the battery on a charge last night, so I probably won't do it today. I'll probably do it tomorrow, which will be better anyway. Sim will be home, but she probably won't be home until tonight. So I'll charge them both up. I'll take my ride today and get in my little bit of exercise, and then come back after I put the seat on. So we'll see. I'm sure it's a blow up. Yeah, or a doll, one of the two, whatever works. Hey, let's see. I feel a bit ill. I got caught in the rain. Wow, that sucks. 5 blow up dolls and just sleep on them. Is that the deal? Like I said, I don't think I'm going to even try to get below 200 pounds. I don't really want to, unless I'm feeling good. Like I said, when I got down into the years ago, I felt weak, man. 205, I felt pretty good, but I guess it all depends on how much I'm working out, how much muscle mass I have versus fat, So I guess it's going to make a bit of difference. But if I feel good, I'll try it. I don't have a problem with that because, like I said, take out some of the stuff that I have in there, a small tent, a sleeping bag, and a little. I got a couple of the little blow-up pillows and a mattress. And I've got room in there. If I put the box over and, I still got room to put some stuff in there. I just want to keep it semi-watertight because if I get out there and I don't want the thing to get, have everything in there get soaking wet, I'll have the battery and shit in there. All I remembered, when I go to get it done, I know I'm going to be paranoid because I did the first one when they first in the back, I had some problems. And the guy said, okay, you need to go to an orthopedic or something, a surgeon thing. And it didn't really dawn on me. And I went there and we need to do this and this. And they put me out. And as he's doing it, I didn't put me out. I was still awake and he's in there, cutting. And I'm going, are you cutting my gums open? He goes, yeah, I got to get the freaking thing out. I'm going, oh man. And after he did, I think he did both the back ones or something. And then I read online because I got back and I'm going, man, this pain sucks. So I called up the doctor and said, I need something better than this Vicodin. I need you to hook me up. And the nurse was actually the one that he's not going to give you anything. They even hate this when they started all this shit. They even hate giving out Vicodin now because it's in triplicate or whatever. They had changed it. And she said, here's the trick, man. You got extra ones there, I know. She said, take a little shot glass of orange juice and crush the one of them up, take one, and then shoot the other one. And damn, it still hurt, but it took that edge off to where I can make it for the 4 days. It was just freaking miserable. And I could say, and then I started watching all these, these things about people that had their molars or whatever. Said, when you go in, make sure you have all 4 of them done because you'll never go back and have the other 2 done. And I shook my head and said, yeah, that ain't never going to happen. But now I've got to get this shit done. So I'm going to have to deal with the pain. But I will, before I get anything done, be here. I'm going to talk to the doctor and say, I need you to not worry about you making me an addict. And let me worry about that because you can cut off the drugs, the good drugs. That'll be your job. But I want drugs. I want shit that's going to work. I'm not going to sit there and be miserable, So if you're not going to, that's fine. But give me some time to find some shit on the streets because I ain't going to go and be miserable. That's for sure. Let's see what's there saying. It's got to hurt, man. They got it right. And if we go back on Friday and they do new molds and everything. Wow. Yeah. Well, hopefully they get mine right. Now you haven't done there. Any reason that you wouldn't it have been, or you have insurance or something? I never would really talked about it. And again, if some people are watching this and are new to the channel, if I ask shit, no one is obligated to answer me. They can just not answer, and that's fine. But I'll always ask shit, but no one ever has to answer. No, Paincast, wouldn't it have been better to do it here, or you just can't be here long enough to get that done right now? Oh, it is overcast as hell. Yeah, but I wonder what that would have been in Thailand. Had to be way less than half, right? I would think. Yeah. Well, if you sell that business and move here, you wouldn't have that problem, brother. I know you want to. Yeah, that sucks. I couldn't even imagine. If they told me I'd have to, like I said, I don't even. Do I want to go back to the States? Yeah, I'm going to probably wait till February. My wife wants to go, so I'm going to try to make that happen. But man, last time I was there for 3 days, and I was ready to come back. You know, and but a lot of people, especially if my wife goes, a lot of people, my friends and stuff, want to meet Nitnoy and my family. So I'll have to stay 3 weeks. It'll probably be, and I told her that she didn't probably end up being 2 weeks because I don't think she'll get 3. Oh, is it a football day? What is it? What's it in the States? Today's Sunday, right? Here in Thailand, isn't it Saturday? They got football games, I guess, on Saturday too, right? They screw up the whole weekend. I'm glad. I don't even really want to get back into watching football, although I did used to enjoy it. So I did mine in 2 weeks. The first time 5 hours, took them all, threw them away, make my teeth, and I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to. It's probably gonna be next year. Imagine in the middle of the year. Should have everything done. Hopefully, have the house here sold. Have the garage and everything that I want done. I'm pretty much there now. The only thing, like I said, man, I like having. I got to get those 2 beds out of there, and have that wide open, and put stuff up against the wall instead of right in the middle. Just give me plenty of places to work. 4 of those lights, I bought these monster freaking lights. You turn all 4 of those on, and it's just lit up like Christmas. So I got to put that outside one. You're going to have to reinforce the one over the trailer, build the one next to it, reinforce that, and then that's where the panels from the house are going to go. Or that's where he wants to put them. Either that, or if we get the 2-bedroom Thai style small house for mom and dad done, and the roof will accommodate them, which I think they will. They'll go on there. It's closer. I have to go back to the States next month. Yeah, I can't see it. Like I said, man, I really want to see a couple of people, but I don't know, man. My wife wants to go. The kids want to work, And I told them, so they're trying. This was going to school 2 hours, twice a week for 2 hours periods, 4 hours a week, and she's actually speaking a little bit of English. So we'll see what happens. Yeah. Ever won the Super Bowl? I don't know. Yes, what it cost. Yeah, about half, right? Sorry, I'm going back on the comments now, trying to look at it. But yeah, so I don't know what we're probably only going to do. Well, we're almost an hour now. There's still 11 of us here. Not too many people showed up today. I don't know when the best day to do them are. Maybe when I was doing them every other day, that was just too much. But I don't know if Saturday's better, which would be Friday in the States. I know for most people here in Thailand, it doesn't really matter. The time matters more than the day, because I know like Ron takes people to school and roller to school and goes out to eat and does different stuff. So. Now, are these teeth, are they permanent? Are they implants, or is it a partial, or what is it? I don't even know what that is. My mom had a partial thing that wrapped around some. I don't know, but I think yours are implants, right? Or no? Am I wrong? I could be wrong. This has happened. Pick the colors, put it once. I don't know. Did you have all your teeth done? I mean, you had to match the color, right? I'd have to go burnt yellow for mine. So many years of smoking. Smuggle you back to Thailand? But I do have to get them done. I can tell. I've brought them to their maximum. But I'm going to be 69 here in December. So getting real close to 70. Who would have thought, man? Anybody honestly think when you were in your 20s and stuff, did you think you'd live to be 70? I sure the hell didn't. I figured I'd be gone real good looking and young. Well, I don't know about the good looking, but definitely younger. But yes, I think about it. Wow. And then, what else I think about is the people that are gone now that didn't get to even experience, like my wife. It's going to be 7 years this month that she passed. So, and then I look at her, and she passed at 60, which is young in my eyes now. But back in the day, that was old, old, 60. But then I look at my wife, and I look at, kids and stuff that get this and die at 15, 16, 10, 12. They didn't get to experience shit. So does that make it any easier to accept somebody's death? No. But, you think that you're a little bit luckier than other people. I think I'm real lucky to still be kicking. Some crowns, some veneers. Okay. I think I sort of understand that. You're going to go to 150? Well, I don't know. Didn't they say, like in the Bible, some of those people live to be like 350 years old or 200 years old? What does that mean? What is that telling me? If, whatever it is, 1,000 years ago, you could live to be 300, and now you're lucky if you live to be 70, so what's going to happen in another 400, 500, 600 years? You live to be 10? I don't understand all that. So they look good, but they just didn't fit. That sucks. But let's see. I didn't even bring up the. Let me bring up the. I have to do it real quick. It won't take me long here. I didn't bring up the outside. I have to do it twice here. Oh, that one's already there. Oh, it's already there. I just have to pull it up. Oh, sorry, guys. I'm talking about the fish pond and the everything out there. Okay. Share screen. There it goes. It should be up now, right? Is it? Yeah. There's the pond looking nice and tranquil. Let's see what the behind this. We've gotten quite a bit of water, but it looks like quite a bit of rain. but it looks like uh, the front anyway. Well, they still got quite a bit of water in them, don't they? The one over here close to the house is pretty much down to the concrete. I think you can see a little bit of steel sticking up out of that one. I guess he could pump them though, you know. I've got pumps here. But what I was talking about before, and I know you guys know it is, come on, is right there. So build that same type structure from there over to the other side of the garage door, and then reinforce that and make the new one for the truck's going to go real stout, and at least it'll keep the sun and stuff off of the truck. Because right now the truck's just sitting out there getting beat up. So I got to do that fairly soon. There, I didn't film it at all, but you can see there's concrete over there, almost all the way up to the fence. So when you step out of the trailer on that side, there's plenty to go walk around. On the right hand side, there's going to be a bathroom, and he could be working on that too. But I think he likes to take these rain days. He can drink, do what he wants to and drink. Hey Trip, didn't see you. Thanks for coming. I appreciate it. Let's see who else is there. The Bible said the body can go to 200, and our report just recently said the medical advances, the new average age will be near 100. Really? Like I said before, as long as I'm not a burden on somebody and they have to change my diaper and do all that shit and have most of my faculties, I can forget where I put my keys and live with that. When I forget your guys' names and shit like that, no, I don't want to hang for much longer. But I don't know. She wants me to hang out. I wouldn't mind hanging out. It'd be a lot nicer if I, felt better, wanted to, could get up and go places. Because if I was to go with if I went with Mitch and I went with Chuck, which I've been invited many times, they wouldn't bust my balls. See, if I went with somebody that started to bust them, it wouldn't be a beautiful thing. But like if they got up and they wanted to go out in the morning, I could just say, okay, give me a text when where you're going to eat lunch, and I'll take a Bolt over or something over to wherever you're at. We'll eat lunch, and maybe I'll walk around 10 or 15 steps and back to the hotel when you're ready for dinner. Go, and I could do that with them. Some people, if we want to, they want regimented. And, no, you have to go. No, that ain't me. And I know Chuck's not that way. I know Mitch isn't that way. But I mean, everybody's kind of set in their ways on what they want to do. I'm wide open to anything, but I just can't walk 20,000 steps. It ain't going to happen. The pain is just too much. Even if I was popping pills, it's too much. Natural medicine. I still haven't. Is that the same natural medicine I want to take? I still haven't done that. I got to do that before they. Well, it doesn't really matter. I guess I could get go to a doctor and get a prescription. But I want to try the deal. I got to kind of do it by myself because in case I turn into an asshole, I don't want anybody to be around. But empty room, door locked, 65-inch TV, Netflix or whatever, and start chewing on some gummies and see how it feels and watch a movie. It would be nice, to have something that would mellow me out. That's plant-based, excuse me, and get away from the pain every once in a while. Cannabis, what you use. Yeah, like I said, I want to try it, so I got to get out. I guess I got to go over to I know last time, I think it was Jake must have ran on Google and put a link in the chat of a dispensary here in Surin. So, but I do want to try it. I don't know. It's not even that expensive, is it? What is it? I know Mitch does it or tried it at least a couple of times. Smoke pot. Everybody smokes pot. Yeah, smoking wise, I don't want to. It might trigger something in me. Plus, I don't suggest that to anybody. There's better ways to ingestion is one of them for cannabis, but only because what it does to your lungs. But me, because I haven't been jonesing too bad for a cigarette. I know I'm never gonna smoke again, but even inhale and smoke because I'm afraid to even take a couple of puffs off a cigar and sip some wine or brandy or something. That it'll all of a sudden I'll be smoking 3 packs of cigarettes tomorrow. But how much is what are they? I've never even seen a gummy. The closest things I've seen was the dispensaries. 15 years ago was cookies, brownies, and most of that stuff. They did have some candy, lollipops, and some other shit. But it's only when I went in there to argue with the dispensary owner on why he's such a dick. Why you charging people twice what you're paying me. Yeah, and I have to be kind of careful with it. Like I said, I don't even know what the gummies look like. Is it like a gummy bear? Cut it into like 4 pieces or something, and take one little quarter of whatever it was, and just sit and wait. Edibles are great. Now, how much are they? How much is an edible? Yeah, I know I can't be doing that. Now, like I said, with the with the gummies, or with weed or whatever, I won't think I'd have a problem. I never had a problem. I'm lucky because I don't have a problem with alcohol. I don't know what I would do if I couldn't drink a margarita with my Mexican food. But I'm lucky enough that I can have one and stop, where most people cannot. So, get you high for 2 days. I don't know. I don't know if I want that. There you go. Very nice of you too. But yeah, how much are they, Mitch? You bought them before, haven't you? My brother probably knows. Aaron probably knows too. But you never pay for them here. You get them in the States. But I do want to try it, so I should find a dispensary, go in there and get one and dissect it. I can dissect it up in even the smaller deals. I have ice. I don't have any coffee. But I do in my refrigerator. We don't need a whole one though. I've been limiting myself on Coke Zero. I think I said that the other day, and trying to ingest more water. Make your own stuff. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it really doesn't matter how much it costs. It's how much money I'm going to bring with me. But I definitely want to try it because I don't have any, I got rid of all my good vices. Eating is probably the only one that I have that I'm restricting myself on now. So no smoking. I'm not a drinker. I'd like to abuse something. Not abuse, but it'd be nice every once in a while to do it. You can put anything in a gummy. Be careful who you buy. But are any of the dispensaries regulated? I know that the way that they're talking about doing the new stuff is they're supposed to be regulated. That's what I probably will do, Aaron. Um, but yeah, that's why when I was growing and stuff, I had a lot of friends and family uh, that did that, and I said, man, just get the shit from me because, well, this was in the early days. I know it's in it. I don't use any kind of stuff in flour or anything or any kind of crap. Neem oil in veg was probably about the harshest thing that I did, and but I said, this stuff back in that day, and even when they're selling the dispensaries, there was no check, shit like that, uh, and you don't know what you're getting. So crackheads make you feel sleepy. Yeah, I don't know. There's a bunch of fallacies and stuff. Like I could make weed, couch locked weed, man. You just push it past, If you're familiar, which I'm sure Craig is, when you're looking at the trichomes and you're trying to find that high is THC count clear to starting to cloud and not turning red, but and doing it. If you let it go back and let them all turn amber, uh, it basically makes a sleeping drug. And a lot of people like that. They judge their weed by that. Actually, has less THC content than the stuff that's taken in its prime. But uh, and I would like to do that for sleeping. And I don't know. Could you still? I mean, it would be nice to just hit something and have it made that way or whatever. I never tried that because I wasn't. I had that bad deal with it and didn't know if it was going to screw with me, so I never did it. But maybe I should try it. They're putting other shots, even lacing flowers. Yeah, and they don't give a shit. The people, the growers, they don't care. I mean, and what is the dispensary guys? Well, back in the day, they weren't checking anything in the beginning and all this. The dispensaries I'm talking about, beginning of the dispensaries. Um, yeah, they could see mites and shit, So if you had bugs in it, then you were screwed. But I mean, they couldn't tell if somebody had, put a crap load of freaking disgusting crap on your weed. Read the Bible. I should probably, but I would like to try the. I am going to try the gummy. I'm going to try it just like Aaron had said. That's why I'm going to cut it into whatever pieces. Try it. Wait a couple hours. See how I feel, and then hopefully there's a way that I could take half of one and go to sleep. That would be freaking awesome. Now I don't know if they make. Can they make a gummy? More on the couch lock type deal. They have to. You just have to grow the plant correctly, I would guess. PCP. Yeah, that wouldn't have been a good night. Never got it laced with me, but did have a couple of run-ins with some people that it took a hell of a lot more of a beating to get them down. They were high on that PCP, man. You beat them and they just get back up, man. It's like, Jesus, stay down, man. But never had it. Never had it. What was the stuff that was coming out of Mexico? Was it paraquat? Paraquat, is that right? Craig will know. Have you ever smoked THC papers? Small squares like blotter, but no, But I did a microdot one, PCP. But I mean, it would be nice because I don't sleep. It'd be nice if something could knock me out. Like I said, I told the doctor the one time, and I could probably tell this doctor, and he'd probably give them to me. The Xanax would help me sleep, and I'm sure he would probably do it. They have Xanax here. Anybody know? They got to. But it would be a lot nicer if I could take, a portion of a gummy at, 8 o'clock and go to sleep at 9 o'clock and sleep. The longest period that I sleep during the night is maybe 2 hours. And that and a lot of that's not REM or deep sleep. It's light sleep. So my sleeping sucks. So I wonder why I'm tired all the time, and that's why. Felt like I was strapped in a chair and trapped in time warp. I couldn't function. Yeah. Not a good experience, I bet. Angel dust, yeah. But I gotta try it. That's what I just gotta do it. And sorry, I'm picking at my beard. Looks like I got a low spot there or something. I did trim it. I might go a little bit. I might go a little bit more. Got a pain in the ass. I don't want to shave. I even hate having to shave this spot. I've let this grow up quite a bit to where all I've got to do is just run the razor once down, and I'm done. But God, I hate shaving. That's why I've got that 9 dealed for my head, and that works awesome. I don't have to in the shower, and you could use that one in the shower, although I never have. This thing's good, right? I always forget to ask you guys. I know when I hear myself good, I know it's usually all right. Reading helps you sleep. Yeah, I don't read, but I get anxious at night. Like I don't know. It's weird. It's weird. That's why I'm thinking maybe the weed will like just kind of let me, like my buddy George, the one that was in the air conditioning business. He died of basically alcoholism at 56, I think he was. Too young. We had a lot of fun growing up. I could write books and books and books on the shit that we did when we were kids. They'd be making movies and all sorts of crap out of it. But he used to just take 1 or 2 hits off. That's all. He didn't smoke it. I told him in the end, they said, man, you got to quit drinking and just do the weed, man. Do all you want. Get gummies, edibles, what? Oh, I like my drink, Yeah. And sure enough, it killed him. But I don't think, I'd never heard of anybody ODing or having a problem with weed. So, but, learn to meditate. Maybe I should. It's addictive. I should need to do something because I get anxious at night. You lost what? Lost a girlfriend that night. It was a company Christmas party. It was the boss's son that provided the festivities. After hitting it twice like normal, he finally warned me. Yeah, I'm going to try it, and if it isn't doing me any good, or if I'm turning into an asshole, I'll definitely not. But I don't think I will. Mainly back that I remember, the alcohol was the culprit in turning me into an idiot. But I was paranoid after I did that big, smoked an ounce of weed. uh, I was paranoid. Next day, when my normal deal was get up and walk to school, it was only a block and a half, 2 blocks to the high school, and I'd smoke on the way there. Nutrition came around, I smoked again. I smoked all day long. That morning I did it, and it was, boy, I felt like weird and paranoid, and I was looking around and, shit. And it just got worse and worse and worse. So I just finally stopped. Let me see. I wonder what my wife wanted. Oh, she probably wanted to tell me she was going to the green market because I wanted her to get me some avocados. I did order some from Macro that'll get. Macro, if you guys aren't ordering your stuff and going shopping, it's freaking ridiculous, man. I mean, I can go on. I went on this morning at 5 o'clock in the morning and filled it out. If I got it in that morning, I'll get it this afternoon between 12 and 5. If I ordered it anytime during today, I'll get it tomorrow morning between 8 and 5. And if you buy over 1,000 baht worth of stuff, delivery's free. So I just can't see going to the store, especially if you've been to Macro or Big C and stuff like that, especially when the Cambodians were flooding the border and going in. You couldn't even move in the parking lot and anything else. So that's all I'm doing now. I give her money to do it, but now that I'm on this specialized thing, I'm letting her buy a lot of the stuff, but I'm supplementing it. But I told her if she sees avocado, she probably wanted, you got a few extra bucks to buy this shit. Now she probably bought it. But that's probably what she was doing. Hey, David, how you doing? Hope you're well. That's different, Dave. Been there, done that. With what? Then that was some white rhino on an ice pond. Stay down. You'll be okay. Yeah, yeah. So anyway, definitely check it out if you haven't used it. I have the Macro Pro app. I have my Thai credit card attached to that. So all I've got to do is just boom, 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 do my shopping and click, and I'm done, man. And my wife's doing it now. I told her it's ridiculous to go there and wait in line and stuff. So now she does it, where she would go to Macro maybe once a month and, spend half a day there getting shit. She orders, once a week and they deliver it. It's awesome. Hey, Paul, how you doing? Just get it from trusted person so you don't get lay stuff. I'm just gonna go to the local place because I don't really know anybody here in town that uses that buys it. So now I do want to try it. What did I miss? I didn't see. I'm not getting. I got to go and look. I don't remember getting notified that you have any videos recently. I'll have to go and check and see because I don't know. YouTube sometimes they just pull the plug on you and you don't even realize it. Because I've got a lot of people that I'm get notified on, but I'll have to check it out if it's good. On motorbikes, good. Thinking about staying up late tonight to watch the eclipse, maybe do it live. Really? I didn't even know there was a eclipse. That's how in tune I am to shit, right? 11:30 our time. I'll definitely be asleep. A blood moon. First year review on your bike. Cool. I don't think I did anything. I still get more views each month on my Forza video from 4 years ago or whatever it was than I get on the videos. It's in the top, always on my deal in the top 3 or 4, so it always shows it. Maybe I can send you a contact. They have been good. They were recommended a few years ago by someone we both know. Okay, cool. Yeah, and they what do they do? Send it to you, deliver you, or they're close to me here? Because I know they're supposed to be stopping that too. Anything you can't sell anymore. But yeah, definitely. Because if I can do that and just order from someone like that, and then I know at least what I'm getting. And that's what I used to say with people when I was growing up. I said, man, you're going to get the best price if you're my friend anyway. Probably going to get it for free. Why not be buying something that you know exactly what's in it? Because I'm going to tell you what's in it. Nothing. So, we'll see. Let's see. Day 2, I saw the one about driving without a license. Now, I'm hearing all sorts of shit about licenses too. I'm on the 5-year now. First one's here in Thailand. You get it for 2 years, and then supposedly it's supposed to be 5 years after that, and it might even go up to more. But somebody's saying, I can't remember who it was. Was it Chuck or somebody on YouTube was saying that they're talking about cutting that back to just a year or 2 years, no 5-year stuff anymore. So that would kind of be a bummer because my depth perception is kind of gone. I'll have to go and check. I'll have to check it out for sure. But yeah, I should probably do one. I got to get my fours out today, man. Maybe well, I'm gonna go on the e-bike and get because I semi exercise, but I don't know. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. Maybe I'll take out the fours of the day, or maybe I'll just take out a little ride because I got to charge up both. I didn't charge the battery when I got back, and I want to charge it out there in the garage because I know when I plug it in, I'm charging it for free. So I want to do that, and I've got to do a study and a deal on the garage exactly how much because I keep on forgetting to do that on how many watts to run the pond, how much I'm burning in here with the air conditioner on and in the garage itself and blah blah blah. But I know that it's got 200 amp hours of battery on that, and if the battery's anywhere above 70-80%, it runs all night and then picks up in the morning. The battery stays about 70 after a cloudy day even. So once I know that, then I should do a video on that. Because like I said, it's not, who was it that, somebody was talking about one of our friends from YouTube. I can't remember who it was right now. Talking about their electric, I think it was Joe. Yeah, it was Joe because he just did a cost of living thing. And his low is he's going to get bombarded and they're going to beat him up because one of his things saying, yeah, you can retire. And he did a single deal. He did a married or a couple, and then he did a single, living at, his level of what he wants and what he expects. And then he did one that just is on a budget and was under 1,000, which I still believe. I believe. Like I said, is it going to be anything you're going to write home about? No, but they can beat me up. I don't really care. But they're probably going to beat Joe up. But he was saying his electricity was 25 or 3,000 baht, and I was thinking on that. But like I said, it all depends. If you've got the money, I would say do it. If you've got, I'm sure that when Aaron finally probably gets here and has all the family and everything around and stuff like that, he's probably going to be pushing the envelope on the electric bill and wanting to put in at least a 6 kW system. Would do the trick for most people that don't have 2 ponds and for this and that, run 5 air conditioners a day. If it does, then you should do it. But I don't know if I'm going to be or not. Chuck hasn't. I don't think so. The review is over 1,200 views. That's good on the ADV, but the license video has a real message to tourists. Does that have any views on the license one? It's weird, right? You get views on some and on the other. Yeah, we can talk when you get it, but as long as you've got an electrician or somebody, I know you got family, people that are capable of, putting this stuff up, you can get it done cheap, man. We got plans for the farm. We can discuss that in private. Would like, yeah, definitely. You're talking about the place that I went out and saw. Yeah. Because like I said, man, and me yesterday over there kicking back in the garage, the air conditioner running, the battery at 80%. Not. I don't know when the last time that system touched the grid, but it was a long time ago. It's satisfying and it wasn't horrible. The batteries are the biggest thing, and they keep coming down more and more. And I'm hearing rumors that they're going to they got a new style type battery that charges in like, I don't know, 20 minutes or something. This is all hearsay shit out of China. But once they bring out something like that, even the lithium phosphate batteries are going to go, you know. So that's the biggest expense, is the batteries. But I'm really happy with this system here. I'm ecstatic with this one, and I know I'm going to be happy with the one in Ubon. Only 116. Yeah, that's about what I get normally. So don't get depressed or elated. Let's see. Left after video blooper. Have certified since the 90s. Ron, my bill is 3,400 now, down from 5,000. Did you put in solar, or did you just stop leaving your air conditioner on for 2 days? I don't, like with my wife here now. Like, let's see what it's doing right now. It's totally overcast. Come on, where are you? There you are. All right. The house is only using 800 watts, and I've got 1,100 watts coming in. I've got 300 watts going to the 745. It went down to 1,200. 300 watts going to charge the battery. So if I had any kind of sunshine, that battery is full. I had it up to 82% one time, because I can charge it like it says here, start quick charge. Even if the solar array is pulling in what it wants, I can press this right now and it'll take a shot for an hour from the grid, putting 3,000, 4,000 watts into that battery, charging it. And I did it one time because I wanted to see what it was, and it lasted. And I woke up I wake up all night anyway, so I could pull it up and look, in 2,000, 2,200, 3,000, 1,200, 14, all night long. But the sun came up the next morning, the battery was still had a charge in it. So I know when we do get some sunshine, this system here, I'm going to see some goose eggs. I'm hoping. Oh, between seasons. Yeah, we got actually seasons here that I only experienced for the first time. That's in October, November, December. Uh, where I'm actually just a fan. And for the first 5 years I was here, now air conditioner had to be on. Didn't matter what time of year or what it was. But that's because I become acclimated. But yeah, and like I said, see that you're creeping up there too in the 5,000. I was 15,000 baht a month, but don't know exactly what they could do whatever they want, right? It's a government owned utility. They don't have monopoly stuff here. That's the only place you're going to get electricity, and not that they wanted to, because they'd kill their people. But if they said, if they doubled it, then what? So that's what if you have the dough and if you have the right means to it. I mean, if you have the money and you want to spend 300,000, 400,000 baht and have a company come in and, do the whole thing from start to finish, God bless you. But it can be done for, a 6 kW system for 100, so, you have to be, do a little bit yourself, or family members help, that kind of stuff. When you're in that realm, the payback is favorable, and you'd cut something like that. You'd probably be, I think that Kenny was 25 to 3,000 baht a month, and his last bill was 500 baht. So, it does make a difference, especially when you're talking about the 5,000, 4,500 baht. That's a hell of a little, 3-day vacation here in Thailand. Go wherever you want. So it's all relative to the, what you have, what you're willing to spend, and how much you have, because you can't do it if you don't have the dough, so it just doesn't happen. Yeah, I run mine a lot too. Yeah, only one choice. Yeah, that's, like I said, it depends if you have the dough. My biggest thing, like I said, my whole thing, my look on life and everything is a little bit different than most people. I adore my wife. I wouldn't be alive without her. Uh, she can have anything that she wants. She took care of me when I was dying. She basically nursed me back to health, never gave up on me. And to this day, still takes care of me. So I know my wife. If I was to croak and the house is paid for and this is everything's, let's say everything's paid for, and she got a bill of 15,000 for an electricity bill, she'd shut everything off. Everything would die. It would all go shit. So that's the reason I installed the first phase of it in here. It wasn't exactly perfect, and we're fine tuning it still. And I have quite a bit of money in that one. I'm going to say closer to 300, and maybe a little more. But in balance with everything else, now that I know kind of what I'm doing or what I want to do anyway, it makes it feasible. If she's in a position where she can have everything on in here and all that, and if I die, she has one of my retirements, and she still works, she'll be floating in money, in her eyes anyway. But even if she didn't work, she'd still have 2.5, 3 times her salary, and until she dies. So getting during the sunny season, let's call it sunny and rainy, and paying 500 baht, 1,000 baht a month, maybe less, and during the rainy season paying 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, that's okay. But if she was, if she turned everything off, she's still expensive, she's just happy to have a roof over her head. But that was the main reason that I did it, and I would do anything for her, as I know she would do anything for me. So. What is he saying? Now I only run at night, and when needed, plug in the voltage and drop to 25 to 2,500. I think that's what, like I said, they even make smaller systems. They make one with 3.2, something like that, 5 panels. That would be cheaper than shit to put in. But just to take it's mainly, I don't know, that would be too small for me. But I think 6 for a couple or 3 people or a family of 4 or something like that, I think is right about where you need to be. Kenny will be a perfect thing. Let's see what his next bill is. Let's see what happens when he rolls into the sunny side of life in October. We'll see. Has anyone bought an inverter to convert the 220 to 120 stuff that they have brought from the States? Me, I haven't, no. It takes off your socks. Yeah, I mean, some people that are in the States, or some people that watch this that are not familiar with Thailand or Southeast Asia or anything, they don't have a clue on what the difference is between the Western world women and the women of Southeast Asia. Yeah, I don't know what that effect would be. I was always semi into electricity because of being in air conditioning, but I don't know what that would do, what the difference would be. I know that if I set my GoPro, I don't get that light flickering stuff when I put it on 50 hertz. Here, and I bought one a year ago for travel. We'll bring it and adjustable bed, small inverter, plugs in that one. Very cool. There you go. No, they don't have any idea. I know I didn't. I always liked Asian women growing up. Through the years, there was always a gal or two a year that was Korean or Chinese or Filipino or from Southeast Asia somewhere. I just like the look. I think they're gorgeous. Same thing, let's say, for like, I think Mexican women can be some of the most beautiful women in the world. So, but yeah, they always had something in me that I liked, obviously. I have a plug for when I was on the ship. See, Ralph, I have a nice one that I'm planning on bringing that changes from either 240 to 120. Yeah, you are. Good people. For the most part, all the ones that I've met have been awesome. That's why I'm here. I don't want to be any other place. People ask me, "So, what about going and living here? And what about this? And even in Southeast Asia, I got no why." When you look at, I don't know if you guys watch. I'm sure you guys do watch Gift and Joe. He did that breakdown. In fact, he even had. I printed it. He put up this cost of living deal on here on how much apples, and he had a little link to the site, and it had here it's saying here, cost of living in Thailand is on an average 45% lower than in the United States. Rent in Thailand is on an average 68.4% lower than in the United States. And people want to know why. One of the reasons, I'm going to say the main reason is the people. The second reason, right up there with the people, is the cost of living. What my U.S. dollar or your Canadian dollar or your Australian dollar, whatever will buy you here versus staying at home. And it's got here meal for two people. It's kind of a cool thing. If you go and watch his deal in his drop down thing underneath it, it shows the link to this. It's kind of interesting. Rice a kilo. What's the between 25 and 84.52. The average is 42.67 baht. Eggs, cheese, local cheese, chicken fillets, beef round a kilo, apples, bananas, oranges, tomatoes, potatoes. Anybody that's watching this now, if you go over and you look at it, I don't know. Somebody can post a link to Gift and Joe's channel because I don't even remember the name of it now. But it's kind of interesting. But that's the reason. It's 50% or more cheaper to live here, and I think healthier. I don't think you're going to be running into as many pesticides and stuff. I think most of the stuff they stumble across is grown organically, and they don't even advertise it that way. I don't. Their beefs and not so much their beef, but all their pork and all that kind of stuff and chicken. I don't think they're loaded full of half the crap that we load our stuff. I know when I was in Costa Rica was the same way. I've just felt better eating the food, the local food. Radio Shack. I hated to see that place go out of business. Am I the only one that was a favorite place? You could get anything you wanted. I loved Radio Shack. If there was ever I needed something, I knew I could probably get it electrically anyway from Radio Shack. I just have a few items that won't work. Don't want to try and find something. Yeah, I don't have anything, so I never really thought about it. Power station. That's it. Solar that can power those items. 3,000 watts. That's what my little one can do too. But see, that's what else with the e-bike and some of the people that I see, that especially one guy that's here in Surin, he's got an all electric car and his house is off the grid, and his that's the one that I have on here, Eco House Thailand. I think we talked to him once on the deal a while ago. Real clean job. The guy actually knows what he's doing, and water and everything he's got on his property. I've never been there. I'd like to see it, but he plugs his car in. He's got free transportation, free everything electric wise, water wise, everything in his house. So it just depends. So it's 0 grams. What is it? I'm up for wanting to see anything, Ralph, that'll make me sleep better. Let's see. So I know Aaron's going to send me a link to something. I'm going to check into that. What else would I do? They have candy stripe nurses in Thailand. I'm sure they do. Yeah, they do. I'm going to watch your new video. Pro new trailer. Okay. Cool. Yeah, it's just a little deal on the trailer that I bought for it. The stuff I'm going to put in the trailer, what I plan on kind of doing with it, asking for people's advice on, do I have too much stuff in my little trailer, and pulled it around for the first time. It's not a real long one either. If you blast through the first, minute of the intro, it's probably only 10 minutes, 12 minutes long, something like that. And so it's an electric bed. Is that one of the ones like a hospital bed? Yeah, even here, like I said, man, it's all relative. I mean, if you don't have the dough, you don't have the dough. I was in a position that I could do it. Yeah, and the little trailer is pretty cool, man. And you can pull it behind a scooter, a bicycle, an e-bike. And I was really happy with the way that rode, because they said, "Hey Jay, how you doing?" I think they said 15 miles an hour or something. I had it up to like 25. I couldn't really see the trailer that well, but I'll have to see. You free for a few days after a while? Yeah. I could do that. Shouldn't be a problem. On the cloud, really? I'd be interested in seeing what that is. Well, and I'm supposed to have my feet, or I should have my feet elevated if I can. But a lot of that stuff's by eating shit, ingesting a crap load of sodium and stuff like that. And to tell you the truth, on the foods that I kind of like, that I can make to my tasting, it's not very often that you can say, God, I can make this food and I can eat it and it's healthy. Most of the time, if it tastes good, it's not good for you. You shouldn't have any of it. Because if I was to just take refried beans, I couldn't eat them out of a can. Most anything that comes out of a can, you'd be really. So I know I was, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, whenever I started worrying about sodium. Everything is loaded full of sodium. I think halfway in the preservatives, I don't know, but just way, way too much. Enjoying ice cream. Who's enjoying? Tommy is? How far am I behind him? Hey, Daz, how you doing? Adjustable bed frames on Lasada. Okay. Hope you're well. I think Chuck said you guys are going someplace or something. I think when you fly in, he's going to meet you in Bangkok or something. So that ought to be, you ought to be ready to hit Thailand, I'm sure. Like I said, man, trips for me, and I don't have a problem with it. If somebody, can accept the fact that I'm not going to walk 20,000 steps in a day, I'd have a ball. I'd just meet everybody for breakfast and meet everybody for lunch and meet everybody for dinner and have a couple of drinks, and I'm fine. I don't need to walk. I'd like to. It's just my knees ain't doing it, man. I'm so good here. But yeah, because I think you're coming fairly soon, right? You coming this month or next month? Can't remember. But I still want to get out. We're talking about taking a trip to like we did on the Forza. I was talking to Maui earlier, and his wife is from Surin, so they'll come here. He's in the States now, and last time we went to Koh Chang, spent 3 days I think there, and then we went over to Pattaya for Thanksgiving, and I ate there, and then I came home. But he wants to go to another island over there, so we might take a 7-day deal. So if I definitely am going to come your way, and if you're around on around that Thanksgiving time, we'll meet up for a cocktail. I don't know. Like I said, man, you've got granddaughters. I guess if I've got all these grandkids, my son, and I feel bad, but man, that trip over there, I just don't look forward to flying on a plane for 20 hours and doing that. But I guess I don't know. Last time I went, I was there for 2 days and I was ready to come home. So we'll see. Yeah, for sure. I'll let you know, Maui. We were talking about it earlier. We'll definitely. He's going to be here, so we'll definitely be doing something. Break for the in Cali. You're hungry now? Yeah, I'm getting hungry too. I gotta get what is it? God, it's going on an hour and 45 minutes. What time is it? Almost 10. Almost 10. So it'll be 10. I'll go another 10 minutes or something. But yeah, it was a fun trip too. We had Bobby and Jai went in their vehicle. Andrew and Kwan went in their vehicle. And Maui had a friend there on a bike. And Maui was on his Forza. I was on my Forza. They came into Surin. We took off out 5 o'clock in the morning. It was the first time I'd worn my hoodie. It was awesome, man. I had to take it off when we got to the boat ramp or the truck, whatever that deal going over to Koh Chang. I took it off there. Otherwise, I wore it all the way over. It was just perfect. I was in heaven. Well, that's good. In Southern California, I don't know. I don't know what California sucks as far as for me, from what I remember, with taxes and I'm talking about back in the day when I actually worked for a living and shit. It was just not the place to be. But my kids were there, so I wasn't. Where was I going to go? I had to make a living, and so I was kind of stuck. Where I was, a place to be stuck, Bass Lake was not the worst on the list. So by all means, I had a good time for sure. And it's all about putting yourself in the right situations, right, or the right crowd. I still say that to this day. When you put yourself and surround yourself with good people, you have a pretty good life. If you don't, then you could have trouble. Jay leaving? All right, Jay, take it easy. There you go. Aaron's quite the barbecuist. He knows how to cook barbecue. Let's see. So am I all caught up? I guess I'm caught up on that. So the e-bike is freaking awesome. I dig it. Hopefully I'll get some kind of exercise out of it. I'd like to get to a place where I could go and, at least go 2,000 steps, 3,000 steps, and then fade off. And I think I will. Getting 20 kilos off my fat ass is going to make a big difference on the pain that I can endure on my knees. Having them take a Sawzall and cut off my leg, I'm not really happy to do that. But I'm going to have to do something because I'm not going to be stuck in a wheelchair or something. So first off, I got to lose the weight and then see where it leads me. Justin did. Okay, cool. You still in the chat? I'll send you that watch thing if I just saw that deal there. Yeah, I don't know. Was it a great place to grow up? I couldn't picture any place better than Southern California, man. In the late '60s, '70s, and '80s. I mean, uh, sex, drugs, and rock and roll, man. I couldn't picture living any other place. You know, we had everything we could possibly want or need. We had the best music, we had the best cars, we had the best women, we had the best of everything, uh, best drugs. Everything came into Southern California um, early on, but then it started going to shit. I don't know, taxes and crap like that. And people ask me about that too, because Ron just saying Cali's a beautiful state. Yeah, the United States is gorgeous, man. You know, if you want to go around and travel and do it. The problem is paying, $20 a gallon for gas and, you know, $200 for a campsite or $500 for a hotel. And, but there are absolutely gorgeous places to see in the United States if you weren't lucky enough to be able to travel in the '80s and '90s, to where it was halfway affordable. That's why I said the American dream to me that I think needs to get back is camping. I mean, that was my uncles and us going to Bass Lake 3 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks every year. That was where they took their whole vacation. There was three families, my mom's, my two uncles' families, and then a couple of friends' families that were like family. And we went there every year, man. And that's what I remember the most, riding the Honda 50s in the 70s and the 90s, Hondas, and fishing and just everything. That was awesome. And I remember a lot of people still go to Bass Lake, and I talked to a couple of them. I see more people up at Bass Lake than I saw when I was in the valley that I knew. They would come there, and then I didn't see them for a while, and then they'd pop back up. And why? What happened? Well, gasoline was $5 a gallon. On the lake, it was $9 a gallon. We had to drive, 3-4 hours up here. It just gets expensive for somebody that's just a working class. Uh, Husband and wife team. Wife's taking care of kids. Husband's busting his ass. The old style way. It's pretty much gone. Hopefully, it comes back. I think it's starting to. Um, but that was what I remember the most when I was a kid. Was going with the family and friends. When we went to Havasu and just the stories I could take out of Havasu too. Maybe I better start another channel, but I don't know. Yeah, exactly. Has that right. But yeah, but there are. I mean, if you did any traveling back in the '80s, '90s, there are just some absolutely gorgeous places across the U.S. But when I'm over here, I mean, like I was here, you go and stay in, especially even pre-COVID, when I first got here, um, on Phuket, just traveling around there, staying in four-star hotels with breakfast, for $30 a night, and traveling around Thailand. And I didn't even branch out into the other areas that were still reasonable. Are there expensive ones? I hear Singapore is kind of expensive, but like other places, no. So, and I still want to get there. So that's why I've got to get into a little better shape. And like I said, I don't know where, like I said, Chuck says places and it doesn't dawn on me because I don't know where they are. Are they in the south? Are they in the north? Or where are they? I don't know. But I will get together with everybody when they go. We had a great time on the bike trip, um, but I didn't do a bunch of walking. That's all. I can't. If I can't do it, I can't do it. Um, but I can walk out, and when I get ready to drop, I just take a cab back to back to the hotel. Wait for everybody to break for lunch, uh, and I'd like to do that. So we'll see what happens. uh, yeah, and I used to go up the coast quite a bit on the bike. We used to go to, Frisco was a place to be back then too, especially if you were into motorcycles and stuff. Traveling cheap, I can still remember when I remember I don't even know how, a Honda 350 gas tank. What is that? 2 gallons? 2.5 gallons? Something like that. Um, I could fill it up for 25 cents, or I shouldn't, a gallon of gas was 25 cents. So 50 cents or something like that. So, I mean, when we would plan trips to go away, even when I had the Harleys and stuff, you could always go and find, a couple of bucks here and there, even when I wasn't working, and take a trip up, Big Sur and stuff like that. It was gorgeous. Yeah, and I think everybody was confused and scared most of the time. Did they need to be? Kind of, sort of, but not if you weren't an asshole. A lot of people were scared to come up to people and say anything. If they said the wrong thing, yeah, they could get hurt. But if they said the right thing, they weren't going to jump down their throat because somebody wanted to take a picture with them or wanted to say hello and where are you from, and of course on a rocker, but uh, you know, it was. I think the outlaw motorcycle anyway. I think they're screwed up in their own rights because they fight one amongst each other. They should be united. Uh, they're all out for the same thing. The outlaw uh, style of living. Do what you want to do. That type thing. And when you get into conflicting territories and stuff like that, there's always going to be a problem. It would be nice if they, it isn't so much that the people could stay away from, not wanting to live that lifestyle, but they don't have to be scared of it all the time either. Doc in Richmond, yeah, been there many times. uh, was it lead poisoning? Tip won't know what that means. You die of lead poisoning, no cancer, that sucks. But anyway, all right. Well, I'm looking forward to meet up when you do come around, Daz. Maybe we'll if you're, I don't know when you're going back. I know you're going to be going back pre-Christmas because that's when you spend with the granddaughter. But maybe you'll be around there. I think you were there last time when I flew into or when we blew into town. That was on that ride in Thanksgiving, wasn't it? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. But anyway, we'll have to get together and toss a few back. Maybe we can talk mid-December. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'll be definitely over that way. Maybe you'll talk Mitch into coming over. I know he likes to go to Pate every once in a while. And maybe I'll spend, instead of last time, just the one day, maybe spend Thanksgiving and 2 or 3 days and make it like a 10-day trip. I don't like to stay away from my wife. I dig my wife's company. But I think it'll be a good trip. I need to clear my head. I need some wind in my face. All right, I'm going to end it anyway. It's been an hour and 59 minutes and 16 seconds, David. So have a great day. Still 10 of you diehards here, so thank you very much for watching and stuff. Aaron, I'll put the. Let me see if I can remember how to put the link in the. How do I put the link in the? I don't remember how to do it. Come on. Here we go. All right, copy. Copied. Paste. There we go. There it is. All right. All right, everyone. Y'all have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, depending on where you're at. I'll bring up my corny little 30-second deal and play that, and we'll go. I'll do it. I guess Wednesday or Thursday, maybe. I don't know what's better. I still don't know if Sunday here in Thailand or Saturday. You guys let me know what it is. So it'll probably be Thursday, Wednesday or Thursday. We'll do another live stream. All right, everyone. Thanks for watching. I really do appreciate it. You guys are awesome.